Hello, good morning. I welcome you all to School at 5. So in this particular session, this is a topic that I want us to discuss together. Let's see how we can answer these questions that get to fall under electricity. So even as I begin to teach you this, I want your total attention. I want you to get each and every thing that I'm going to discuss with you. So how can we answer questions that get to come in an exam under electricity? So I want your total attention. I want you people to follow me clearly and attentively. So let's make sure that we see how I'm going to answer this particular question. So we know that School at 5, we get to have interactive lessons via comments. So even as we answer this, I want you to follow me clearly and attentively. So we are going to answer these questions together. We are answering these questions together. So how can we answer these questions together? The first question, so the question is saying, the figure below shows a cell of 6.0 volts connected to 3 resistors. So these are the 3 resistors which we are given in this particular question. So these are the 3 resistors. And here is the first question. I believe you are able to see it. This is the first question that is here. Calculate the effective resistance of the 6 ohm resistor and 4 ohm resistor. So we want to calculate the effective resistance of the 6 ohm and 4 ohm. So we want to calculate the total resistance between these two resistors. This is a particular question that we have. So how can we go about this particular question? How can we answer it? So I want you to follow me clearly, follow me attentively. Those of you under my online lessons, make sure that you are writing down these particular questions in your book on a separate portion of your book, not where we are doing our lessons from. Just somewhere, just a separate page. So now, how can we answer this question? So before I even start, if there is anyone that wants to join my online lessons, this is the number to contact. If you want to join my online lessons, you can contact me on this number. So this is the number to contact when you just want to join. We offer tuitions for mathematics, science, and biology. So you can contact me on this same number. You can make payments. The first thing that you need to do is to make payments. So you cannot be added to the group without making payments. The first thing you are supposed to do is to make payments. Okay, so how can we now then answer the question? This is the first question. We are going to discuss together some questions. So this is just the first question that I want us to discuss. So how can you calculate the effective resistance? We know that whenever we are dealing with these questions, we get to discuss them together. Have you seen? So we are just answering these questions together. We are discussing through them together. So even everything that I'll be doing here, we are answering these questions together. And these are revisions. So I won't only teach you how to answer this particular question, but I'll try by all means so that we can revise it together. So how can you calculate the effective resistance between here? So if you are having 2 resistors, it's good to hear that people are connected. People are connected. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for connecting. So if you are given 2 resistors, get this. If you are given 2 resistors that are in parallel, there is a short formula that we get to use, which is only applicable to 2 resistors. So meaning that the formula that we are going to use here, you are going to say total resistance is equal to resistor 1 multiplied by resistor 2. Then you say over what? Resistor 1 plus resistor 2. So you can only use this particular formula when you're just having two resistors which are in parallel. If you've got more than two resistors in parallel, then you're supposed to use the same formula that we know. 1 over total resistance, which is equal to 1 over resistor 1 plus 1 over resistor 2 plus 1 over resistor 3 plus, you're just going like that. You get to use this particular formula if you've got more than two resistors which are connected in parallel. But in this case, what we are going to do, in this case, with this is the formula I've given you. So we say total resistance is equal to, so we are just talking about two resistors. You can get this to be resistor 1 or that one to be resistor 2. You're still going to get the same answer. So you say 4 times 6 over 4 plus 6. Have you seen? So total resistance is equal to, total resistance will now be equal to 4 times 6, you get 24. 24 divide, so you divide by 10. So meaning, what is our total resistance? What is the total resistance between 6 ohm resistor and 4 ohm resistor? Let me see if people are following. So what is the total resistance? What is the total resistance? If you divide here, what answer are you getting? What is your answer? So when you divide here, what answer are you getting? What is your answer? What is your answer when you divide here? What answer are you getting? What is your answer? Okay, what is our, when we just divide here, what answer are you getting? What answer are you getting? The answer is what? The answer is 2.4. Okay, I can see 2.4, 2.4. So our answer is what? 2.4 ohms. So meaning that this is our what? This is our answer. So this is the effective resistance between these two resistors. Have you seen? Between these two resistors, which are 4 and what? 6. So this is the effective resistance between 4 and 6, which is what? 2.4. What if I tell you that what is the total resistance in the circuit? Who can tell me the answer for the total resistance in the circuit? So what is the total resistance in the circuit? What is the total resistance in the circuit? Who can tell me that? What is the total resistance in the circuit? What is the total resistance in the circuit? What is the total resistance in the circuit? I want to see your answers. Total resistance in the circuit now. This was just the total resistance between 4 and 6. Now, how about in the whole circuit? What is the total resistance? What is the total resistance? The whole circuit now. What is the total resistance? Total resistance is 5. Okay, that is so good. 5, this is a sign that people know what we are doing. So it is what? It is 5. So in the circuit, what we are doing is the total resistance now is equal to what? 2.4 plus, since the total effective resistance that is here plus this one, they are in what? These two are in now in series. So since they are in series, what we need to do is to add. So 2.4 plus 2.6. When you add here, you're getting what? 5 ohms. So this is your answer. This is where the 5 is coming from. So this is the effective resistance in the whole circuit. So what I'm going to do that, the effective resistance between these two, we found to be what? 2.4 ohms. And the total resistance in the whole circuit, it is what? 5 ohms. So this is the total resistance in the whole circuit. This is 5 ohms. So I just want us to revise through this. So we've answered the first part. If you are taught to find the effective resistance between these two, I've told you what to do. If you are given two resistors, if you want to find the total resistance in the circuit, what you need to do is just to add this, because here we found the total resistance. So this one is going to be in series to this one that is here. So these are just some of the things that you are supposed to know. These are some of the things that you need to understand. So we are done with the first part. We are done with the first part. We are answering some good questions together. So I want you to just follow me attentively and see how I'm going to be answering these particular questions. So let us now move on to question 2. Question 2 is saying calculate. So I will say this is question B that is saying calculate. So calculate the current. So calculate the current passing through. So calculate the current passing through the cell. So want to calculate the current that is passing through the cell. This is a question that we want to answer. So how can you answer the current that is passing through the cell? So what you need to understand, for us to answer this, we need to know what Ohm's law is. We need to know what Ohm's law is. For us to answer this particular question, we refer to Ohm's law. So we know that Ohm's law states that current passing through a conductor. So current passing through a conductor is directly proportional to potential difference. So what I mean is that voltage is equal to what? Current times resistance. So this is from what? Ohm's law, where we say that current is directly proportional to what? Potential difference. So this is what we are supposed to know. So now we want to find current. We make I the subject of the formula. So meaning that current is equal to voltage over what? Voltage over resistance. This is a formula that we are going to use. So meaning that we are going to say that this is equal to, what is voltage in this case? The voltage that we are given is what? What is the voltage in this case? The voltage is there given, which is what? 6. So we say 6 over what is now the total resistance. This is the total resistance in the circuit. So they are saying through the what? The cell. So we are talking about the whole circuit here. This is the whole circuit that we are talking about. So we just put a 5 there. So meaning that what is our current? Current, what is current? What is the answer there when we divide? So these are simple things that I just want you to be participating. Okay, I can see 1.2. How about others? What answer are you getting? What is the answer there? What answer are you getting on this part? We are all getting 1.2, isn't it? So 1.2 amps. So meaning this is the what? This is the total current that is passing through the what? The cell. Just like this, you are done. So let me see your answers, just to be sure that people are participating. Just to be sure that people are participating. So just want to be sure that you guys are participating. We are able to move together. So these are just simple questions that I want us to be discussing together. These are just simple questions that I want us to be answering and discussing together. So these are just simple questions that I want us to answer. So let us now go to the next question. We now go to the next question. So maybe these can be used. So I'm going to write them here. I'm going to say current is what? 1.2. Maybe they can be used in other questions. So just to be safe, I'm going to put it there. So this is how we get to answer this question. So these questions, these are simple questions that we need to be sure of. We need to know how to go about these questions. So now, let us now go to the next one. We move on to the next question. So the next question is saying, so this is the question that is saying, calculate the voltage. So those of you that are writing, make sure that you write. Calculate the voltage. So calculate the voltage passing through 2.6 ohm resistor. So we want to calculate the voltage that is passing through what? The voltage that is passing through 2.6 ohm resistor. How can you find the voltage that is passing through the 6 ohm resistor? For you to answer this particular question, what you need to know and understand. So there are few things that you need to know. There are few things that you need to understand. So you now need to know the relationship that is there when resistors are connected in series. So have you seen this one is in series to that one? This is to tell you that in series current is the same. So the same total current that is passing through the cell is the same current that is here. Because in series connection, current is the same. So here the current that is here is 1.2 because this one is in series to that. So the same current that is passing through the cell is the same current that is there. Since we want to find voltage, we know that voltage is equal to current times resistance. Meaning that voltage is equal to current is 1.2 times what is our resistance? The resistance is what? 2.6. So then finally, what is our answer? What is our answer there? What is the voltage? When you multiply here, what voltage are you getting? What is your answer? What answer are we getting? So when we multiply here, what answer are we getting? What answer are we getting? So with this one, let us include units. Even as you type your answer, let us include units so that I know that people are following. It is very easy to write the units for this one. So when we multiply here, what answer are we getting? What answer are we getting? What is our answer? So when we multiply, what answer are we getting? 1.2 times 2.6. We are getting 3.12 volts. This is the answer that we are getting. So volts, just like this. So this is our what? This is our answer. This is what we are supposed to do. So the answer that we are getting is what? 3.12. 3.12 volts. This is the what? This is the answer that we are getting. So we want to, this is the voltage that is passing through the what? That is passing through 2.6 ohms. So meaning the voltage that is here, the voltage that is here is what? Is 3.12 volts. This is the voltage that is passing through there. Just on this resistor, this is the what? This is the voltage. How about the voltage that is passing through? So how about the voltage that is passing through 4 ohm resistor and 6 ohm resistor? So who can tell me the voltage that is passing through now? 4 ohm resistor and what? 6 ohm resistor. So what if they say voltage passing through 4 ohm resistor? So this is now what I'm doing now. So we want now to find the voltage that is passing through 4 ohm resistor and 6 ohm resistor. Why have I said that the voltage that is passing through 4 ohm resistor and 6 ohm resistor? Because the relationship that is there when resistors are connected in parallel, voltage is the same but current is different. So the voltage that is passing through here is the same voltage that is passing through there. So now what are we going to do for us to find the voltage that is passing through there and the voltage that is passing through there? So you say voltage now is equal to, voltage is now equal to, in the total voltage that is in this whole circuit is what? Is that one 6. So you say 6 minus the voltage that is passing through this one, which is what? Which is 3.12. So what answer are we getting? What is the voltage now? When we subtract here, what answer are we getting? So the answer that we are going to get is the same voltage that is passing through 4 ohm and 6 ohm, because the voltage that is there is the same voltage that is there. So what is the answer here? What answer are we getting on this part? What is our answer here? What answer are we getting? So what answer are we getting on this part? What answer when you just subtract here? What answer are you getting? What is your answer? So what answer are we getting? 6 minus 3.12. We have seen an answer here, 2.88 volts. 2.88 volts. So this is what you are supposed to do. This is to tell you that the voltage that is here is 2.88 volts. And the same voltage is the same, 2.88 what? 88 volts. So the voltage that is passing through that, you have that. The voltage that is passing through that, you already have that. So this is what we get to do. These are some of the things that you need to do. These are some of the things that you need to get and understand. The same way I'm answering them, this is how you are supposed to answer. So this is how you are supposed to answer. So now, the other question is, you are told now to calculate the current. So calculate the current passing through. So calculate the current passing through. So want to calculate the current that is passing through 4 ohm resistor and 6 ohm resistor. For this one, we already know, so I cannot include this one. We know that the current that is passing through there is what? 1.2 amps. But how can you find the current that is passing through here? So the current that is here, you already have this data. Have you seen? So we already have this data. The data is already given. Current at 4 is 11.32. Okay, let us see. So current, we say, current is equal to what? Current is equal to voltage over what? Over resistance. This is the formula. So we want to start with what? At 4. So I'm going to say at what? At 4 ohms. So at 4 ohms. So what I'm going to do now is that current is equal to, so what is the voltage? The voltage that is passing through at 4 ohms, the voltage is what? 2.88 over, what is the resistance? I'm using this formula. Resistance is what? Resistance is 4. Then what is the current now? What is the current? So the current at 4 ohm. This is the answer now. So when you divide here, what answer are we getting? What is our answer? So when we divide, what answer are we getting? So this is what we are supposed to do. So when we divide here, what answer are we getting? When we divide here, what answer? So these are volts. You can see voltage is there. So it is what? 0. What? We've got 0.72 amps. This is the what? This is the answer. So this is what we are supposed to do. Have you seen? When you divide, you are getting this answer. So this is the answer that you are getting. This is the current that is at what? 4 ohm resistor. So this is the current that is at 4 ohm resistor. So these are things that you are supposed to do. These are calculations that you need to put in place. The same way I'm answering this, this is how you are supposed to answer. As simple as this. How about at what? At 6 ohm resistor. 6 ohm resistor, you know that current is equal to voltage over resistance. So voltage, you know, the voltage is what? 2.88 over, what is the resistance? Resistance is 6. So meaning that the current is what? What is the current? What is the current? What is the current? When you divide there, what answer are you getting? So when you divide there, what answer are you getting? What answer are you getting when you divide there? What answer are you getting? What is your answer? What answer are you getting when you divide? What answer are we getting here on this part? What answer are we getting? So when you just divide here, what answer are you getting? I can see this answer 0.48 amps. So I don't know if we are all getting this same answer. So I can see this answer. So this is the answer here. Have you seen? So we've calculated everything. Any question that you can see under circuit diagrams, they are all going to come within these boundaries that we've done. So we've expanded this question. We've done everything. So any question that can come in an exam, you can check through any question just now. You discover that they'll just ask you within these same boundaries that I've touched. So this is what we are supposed to do. These are things that we need to get and understand. Just like this, we are done. We move now to the next question. So we are revising through different questions here. The next question here is power supplied. Want to find the power that is supplied. So the power supplied by the battery. Want to find the power supplied by the battery. So the power that is supplied by the what? By the battery. How do you calculate power? You know that power is equal to voltage times current. You know this. Where you say power is equal to, what is the voltage? You are given the voltage that it is what? 6 volts. So 6 times what is the current? We are talking about the whole circuit. Current is what? 1.2. We calculated this 1.2, which is there. So meaning that the final answer is what? When you multiply there, power will be equal to what? What will be power there? Power will be equal to what? What answer are you going to get there? What answer are you going to get? What answer are you getting? So when you multiply there, what answer are you getting? What is your answer? So let us answer this so fast so that we proceed to the other question. So what answer are you getting? When you multiply here, you can't get 5. 6 times 1.2, it can't be a 5. This one cannot be a 5 because 6 multiplied by 1.2, the number cannot reduce. So when we multiply here, what answer are we getting? When we just multiply here, what answer are we getting? When we multiply, what answer are we getting? 6 times 1.2. What is the answer? What is the answer? What is the answer here? What is the answer? When you just multiply, what answer are you getting? 7.2, isn't it? You are getting 7.2 watts because you know that this is power. So we are getting 7.2 watts. This is what you are supposed to do. These are some of the things that you need to get and understand. So let's just make sure that we know how to go about this. We know how to answer them. So the power supplied by the battery is 7.2 watts. This is what you are supposed to do. These are some of the things that you need to get and understand. So these are simple things that I want you people to know. These are simple things that I want you to understand. We move now to our last question. So the last question is saying calculate. So I want to calculate the energy. So how can you calculate the energy converted? So I want to calculate the energy converted by the what? By the resistors. So the energy converted by the resistors in 1 minute. So in 1 minute. How can you answer this question? How can you answer it? How can you answer such a question? So we want to calculate the energy converted by the resistors in 1 minute. So we want to calculate the energy that is converted by the resistors in 1 minute. So before you even go any further, you need to know the formula that we get to use. Energy is equal to what? Power times what? Time. This is a particular formula that we get to use. where P is the power and T is the time taken in seconds. So the time should be in what? The time should be in seconds. So we are given 1 minute. 1 minute in seconds, we know that it is what? 60 seconds. And the power, we know this. The power, we already know. We calculated the power. The power was what? If I remember very well, the power was 7.2 watts. So, and we have time which is 60. So without putting in the values, who can tell me the energy here? What energy is being converted? I've given you the power is there. You have the time that is here. So without even substituting, who can tell me the answer? What is the final answer here? What is the final answer? Who can tell me the final answer? What is the final answer? 432. This is so good. Correct. So the answer is what? 432. So you just do this. Energy is equal power. We've got 7.2 times time, which is 60 there. Time should be in seconds like this. So we are getting 432 joules. So meaning that this is the what? This is the energy. So this is what you are supposed to do. These are some of the things that you need to know and understand. So this is where we are going to end from. I believe you've learned 1 or 2 things. It's good to be revising through. Even certain things that you know, it is very important to revise through them. So if you are not under my online lessons, it is high time that you need to join so that you try to catch up, you try to know how to answer these particular questions where we get to cover some more information aside school at 5. So this is where we are going to end from. Don't forget to like the video. If you are watching this video now, don't forget to like the video. Those of you under my online lessons, I believe you've copied down everything, all the calculations that we were doing. So this is where we are going to end from. Don't forget to share the video and don't forget to like. Don't forget to leave this without liking the video. Just click on the like button there and share. Thank you so much for watching. Have a blessed day. See you tomorrow, even as we look at another part, which is mathematics. Thank you so much.